Well, welcome back. I don't know how happy you are to be back after coming back to the snow after being in California and Hawaii, but overall, how was the trip?
It was great. It got a little long at the end. I think Saturday game two, third inning, we didn't get two runs in and we crashed a little bit. We limped into the finish line. But the previous seven games, our guys played tremendous. We were in a bunch of close games, and it's important early in the season to learn how to win close games. Last year, we had the same type situation where we had a bunch of close games and we lost games on neutral sites that we probably shouldn't have lost. This year, we beat better teams on their home field. We had to just scratch and claw and stay in games and come from behind a little bit. Gave up leads and came. I mean, we won games any different way you can imagine. And I thought we gave away one as well on Thursday night at Hawaii. We had a chance to win that in the ninth and didn't do it. So to come away 5-3, two tough Big West opponents, I felt pretty good about it.
Well, I mean, maybe with the exception of that last one, the game that you lost at CSUN and the one you mentioned Thursday night, you could have very easily won both of those.
Yeah, I mean, what out of 8 games, I think we had 7 of them were 2 runs or less. It
Yep.
seemed like, I mean, and what's scary about that is we could have been 0-8, And what's nice is we could have been 7-1. So to come away with the record we did, and we learned a lot. We threw every single guy. We learned that we have some pitching depth. We're a little bit banged up with Riley Gates right now with a little bit of a sore shoulder. Brennan Anderson's coming off Liz Frank injury, has his foot's a little bit sore. Keaton's hamstring's a little bit sore. Usually you find those things 30 games into the season instead of 8, but we'll kind of work through those things. And what I loved also is, man, we played 20, 25 guys every single game. It was kind of maybe not that many, but we played our entire roster with the exception of one guy the entire 10 games or 8 games, 10 days. So I liked that. We got to see a lot of different guys and a lot of different arms and kind of see what guys could do and get them in, throw them into the fire and let them go.
Well, you talked about the depth, and we were talking about that before you guys even left on the trip. What else did you learn about the team?
Well, one thing I guess we learned, but we were validated in this was they're going to fight and not give up. That's I think one of the characteristics of this team. Same as last year, there's a lot of fight and zero give up. We didn't give up when we lost 8-3 or whatever it was on Saturday. We were just totally worn out. Kind of ran low on pitching and it's just one of those games. But we fought in the entire 9 innings of every single game we played. I was really proud of them for that. It's easy to go on the road, have a 5-run lead, give it up, and then quit.
Yeah.
And we just didn't do that. We simply didn't do that. We came back when we had to. We answered. I think we answered, meaning they scored, our opponent scored, and we came back and scored. So we answered with runs about 90% of the time on this trip. So that was great to see as well. Instead of just they scored, let's shut it down. They scored, and we came back and said, okay, we punched them back a little bit.
There were a lot of guys, and maybe this is good because I'm sure I'm going to forget somebody, and that's good because there were a lot of guys that performed well, like you were talking about. But I thought Brian Sue played really well. Mitch McIntyre played well. Brennan Anderson. I mean, honestly, the Hayden Rogers, we know what he can do. Man, there was just a lot of guys that you got really good outings from just about every game.
Yeah, no doubt. Schneemann plays incredible defense. And I'm looking at kind of our lineup, and Brennan Anderson, who's our leadoff, and Schneemann 2, Keaton Kringlen 3, and Brock Hale 4, really didn't swing it together in one game. Brock's been, just kind of got off to a rocky start. He's gonna hit. Keaton really didn't start swinging it until 2 or 3 games ago, and although Daniel got a big hit for us here and there, he's been struggling a little bit too. So to not have our 4 guys that we really are going to count on swinging it right now and to come away 5-3, but I think of Casey Jacobson, who came in and played Friday night and both games Saturday and played incredible defense at third base. Got a couple hits, always ready to play. Noah Hill in the game we lost came in and caught and did a great job. That game Saturday that we lost, we didn't have Brennan Anderson in the lineup. We didn't have Keaton Kringlen in the lineup. We didn't have David Clausen in the lineup because they're just a little bit banged up, and it's tough to catch 2 games from DC Clausen's viewpoint. Tough to catch 18 innings in 80-degree weather, real humid. Although I'd like to be back there and give him another chance to do that, but as opposed to this snow. But really proud of everybody was ready to play.
Did you at least get to do anything fun? I know it was a business trip, but I mean, you were in California and then Hawaii. Did you get any downtime at all? Did you do anything fun?
Not really. Not really. These trips are different for a coaching staff. I mean, my stomach hasn't stopped hurting for 10 days now. Just that anxiety and just not knowing how your team's going to perform, and just one of those, that's Pepto-Bismol type of time of year. We took the team to the Polynesian Cultural Center, to the dinner, the night show, and then the next day we took them to Pearl Harbor. I thought that was really important. I think the guys got a lot out of that. That generation could easily forget, just like me in World War I or World War II. If you weren't there and you don't know about it, even for me with Pearl Harbor, I mean, I had to learn about it. I wasn't born, So those things are important to do, and I think the guys appreciated that. We just tried to occupy their time as much as we could. We had rules for when they could go to the beach and how much time they could spend out there, and no scooters and all this stuff that we've learned over the years by taking teams there, that you can't allow them to do. Or if you just say go have fun, they'll go have fun.
Right.
We were there to win games, and it showed on the field. We were ready to play.
Well, and you guys are back for a couple of days, and then you're right back at it. You guys are heading to Auburn for a weekend series. What do the next couple of days look like in preparation for that series?
Well, I think unfortunately we'll be inside just with all the snow and how cold it is. Infield's burned, the heaters are burning off the snow from the infield, so we might be able to take ground balls tomorrow, depending on if it snows again tonight like it's supposed to. But we're going to just work on execution stuff, get the guys loose. We don't have long practices this time of the year anyway, just because we already have guys banged up. And so hour and a half, 2 hours, working fundamentals, just keep it simple, get them a bunch of swings. Today you were down in the tunnels and saw that we're going to see 3 arms this weekend that are 92, 96, legit Southeast Conference arms with a veteran team. And so we've got to get used to velo, to velocity. So we ran the machine up to 98, simulated 98. So hopefully by Friday and Saturday we're going to be able to put the bat on the ball against those guys and try to go compete as best we can at Auburn.
And you guys, you very well may be facing the number 1 pick in the Major League Baseball draft.
Yeah, we could. The Mize kid, I mean, he's legit. I mean, he's a 3-pitch guy. He's refined. He's an older guy. He's going to be tough. Although we faced Nola, our first year here down at LSU, and we chased him in the 6th and we had a lead. So you just never know. You got to go play the games. And the one thing about this team is they're not going to be intimidated by an SEC crowd. Hawaii had a great crowd, 3,000 on Thursday and Friday night. That was totally against us, and they knew our names, and they were saying, that's a great atmosphere to be in, and it really tests your mettle, and it prepares you for our regular season, and that's what we want to do. So this can only be a positive for us. We need to go down and compete. Our goal is always win the series, and that's what we're going to go try to do down there. Not think about it's SEC. The letters for the conference don't mean a whole lot to us. We just need to go play the games.
Well, congratulations on the nice start, and good luck this week on the road at Auburn.
All right. Thanks, Shep.